Hello and welcome to the Echoes News Network. I am Sovereign, and on today's news, Elysium Alliance joins the fight against Genesis, forcing two engagements, one at one of their stations with a massive horde of ships. Corp gets the cold shoulder as CEO kicks everyone after gaining a few billion ISK. Also, as it turns out, the robot heist wasn't all that it seemed. Capsule is upset at the unfair technological disparity between Wartcore stabilizers and warp disruptors. Many Capsuleers using their own drones as batteries in order to keep their ships stable. All that and more after this intro.
Warp drive active.
Elysium Alliance joins the fight with OpForce and several other corps against the Genesis Federation, with two forced engagements. Elysium tells ENN that the first engagement was a total wipeout of the Genesis Federation forces, and the second engagement having Genesis lose many ships. As you can see from these images, there is quite a large engagement during the first fight at the station. And then this image shows the aftermath with several wreckages scattering the space outside of the station. And this image sent in by Elysium shows that they were outnumbered in the second engagement. Elysium claims to have pushed the Genesis Federation back, after they suffered heavy losses. Genesis hit back by saying that Elysium and OpForce abused the galactic chat network, by getting members of their fleet put to sleep. No proof has been offered up for these accusations. They have told ENN that they will be reporting this to the Jove, with all the gathered proof. Genesis also claims that they only lost frigates and caused heavy losses to the enemy, killing many cruisers. Until the Jove build a kill report system, we can only go by the word of both parties. If anyone has any further information, please let us know down below. A former member of the DMTC Corporation has written to provide us with information about their Corp's CEO, Jans 101, regarding the complete theft of all corporation assets. They do not know exactly what happened, as both the CEO, Jans 101, and the alleged buyer, Emily 47 Shu, have not commented on the situation. Former members of the leadership believe that the leader's capsule was hacked and sold on the black market, or that the corporation was sold to Emily 47, including the several billion ISK in assets along with it. Jans 101 has since left the corporation in the sole hands of Emily 47, who has refused to comment on the situation. Keep an eye out as we try to find out more about what actually happened in this theft. In other news, Corporation Aggressor set up a blockade at the ITC in the Great Wildlands, killing over 200 ships, with the highest kill being this one, valued at over 200 million ISK. Be careful out there, Capsuleers. We don't want this to be you. Late last week, Alliance Ethereal Legion came to me with more information regarding the last reports on the massive robot heist. It turns out that it was a lot more than it seemed. As you can see, there was an elaborate plan, nicknamed Operation Highway Robbery, to really stick it to these robots, gathering intel to pass to the Jove in order to shut the operation down, while making a significant amount of ISK while doing so. Members of the Ethereal Legion Alliance were asked to join either the Bum Fighters or the Black Knights in order to hide their identities. They were then asked to head out to the location and strip 7 to 10 planets fast. Members were asked to play along with the Robot Corp's illegal activities in order to gain their trust, then gather as much intel about the operation as possible to provide to the Jove. They were told to assemble an army of neutral Capsuleers to stage the robbery, whilst also extorting the Corp for everything that they could. And what a wonderful plan it was. I cannot share the full document of all the information gathered, but I can let you know, Capsuleers, that it is substantial. Earlier this week, the Jove have told us that they will not be pushing the investigation any further into this robot's activities, and that everything seems to be legit. It really is these kind of stories that make you love being part of New Eden. In other news, Capsuleers all over New Eden are up in arms over the disparity between the two technologies, Wartcore stabilizers and their rigs, and warp disruptors and their lack of rigs. It seems that many Capsuleers feel that New Eden is becoming a den of Care Bears. The Echoes News Network does not completely agree with these views, but there is definitely some tweaking that needs to be done by the technology's developers in order to give both sides the chance to fight. The Jove, developers of this technology, have commented that they are currently looking into the obvious disparity and are working on ways to close the gap between the two. Oddly enough, there have been some Capsuleers in New Eden using an unlikely way of generating power for their warships, using their drones as batteries by targeting and using the Nosferatu module to drain them of their capacitor to put into their own. Could this be against galactic law? Or could this just be a clever use of technology? I'll let New Eden decide. And now onto today's kill mails. Another massive loss for the Succubus line. When will people learn that the cost of this frigate far outweighs any usefulness? And also this caracal, filled to the brim with dead space modules. I'd really love to know the story behind this one, so if you're watching, please let me know. Let me know down in the comments, or message us on our Discord network. If you'd like to see any of your stories put on ENN, please let me know either through my Discord, email, or comments down below. Remember to like and sub if you haven't already. Ladies and gentlemen of New Eden, fly safe.